All right, this is going to be my video review of the 3.5-inch rough country suspension lift. It looks pretty good. Not even taking that away. I chose this one because I didn't like the height of the 6-inch because of the space that it left in between the wheel wells and the tires. So 3.5-inch would let me sit 3.5 or 35-inch tires in there, no issue, or as stated by the lift. But we did have some issues getting that fitment in. I'll try to install, or I'll place some videos in here of the trimming of the plastics that we had to do in removing and showing the binding and interference issues that we've had. All right, so let me get the camera off. There was a black mud flap rock deflector right here that had to get removed because it was rubbing all the way through. I'll pull that and get that out in a second. And then up front, as you notice, I'll go back to the other side. Up front, I've had to do some molding and cutting, and also had to remove the mud flap over here. If I'm hitting any kind of bumps in a turn, I'm still gonna rub a little bit, because you see it still kind of goes through, and here's the quad of the tire right here, and it'll still interfere a little bit. Heading back to the other side, I gotta deal with the sun here in a second. You'll notice that, try to get the camera back, you're gonna notice that I did have to cut a good bit out, and if you look inside there, it's pretty much wiring. So if I get into any mud or water, it's going to get inside my lights. I had to do the same thing back here, and even back here, if I hit any bumps when I'm going through any turns, the rubber will be hitting frame, so I can't do anything about that. I'm not going to cut into my frame or move anything around. The only thing I can do is get slightly smaller tires, but I just bought these. You can't return tires once they're mounted. I don't know of any place that will let you mount tires, test fit, and then remove tires if they don't fit. Yeah, I'll put in some videos right here of the fitment. There's not going to be much editorial in those whatsoever. I'm not a super YouTube genius yet with video editing. All right, so for the picture you just saw, the tire comparison, the 315/70 R18 is a 1/10 of an inch narrower than the 35/12.5 R18, but a 1/10 of an inch would not affect the amount of plastic and material we've had to remove out of that wheel well. So I understand the width is a 1/10 of an inch larger than what they recommend, but the amount of material we have removed, once again, has nothing in comparison to that size and those fractions. And in fact, the tire where to go diameter, the tire diameter on the 315/70 R18 is actually 35.4 inches, so just shy of half an inch larger than the tire that I have on my truck, and that would make a larger effect on anything at all. So my tire is smaller than what they recommended, minus that 1/10 of an inch on the width. This is the max size with the 25 plus 25 offset. So I do have plus 25 offset on the wheels and tires that are slightly smaller than what the website actually recommended to put on there. I have written a review on the website, and this is going to be tagged in that review, so this is kind of going along with it just to give pictures and let people really understand what they're about to get into. Let me see. I had my dad out here helping me for the install that we tried to do, just mainly as a safety observer and to give his opinion on things. He is an engineer by trade, so we're not two idiots sitting out in a driveway trying to install something. But this was challenging without the correct tools, and I believe the spring compressors would have allowed to get the job accomplished. The other thing is the tire store that I selected to get the install to do, they said that the hardware wasn't included to get the skid plate back on. So I'm going to get under the truck and try to see if I can't get the skid plate to actually work, because everything's sitting in the back of the truck right now. So I got to pull the skid plate out and then try to get that installed. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this review. It looks pretty good, rides pretty smooth, minus the rubbing issues that I'm working through right now. Yeah, I rated it around 3 stars, and I think that was being generous on it, just because it wasn't what I thought I was getting into, because they definitely say on their website that can be installed with common tools in a common home garage. I'm trying to get the exact litany right, but that's pretty much what it's saying. So with the experience we have here, not the case. The review is nothing, the website is nothing but 5-star reviews, and they don't say anything about this. One person mentioned that there were some steps that had to be done that were not identified in the instructions, which I completely agree on that one. They included some extra hardware to set studs in the spacers. That's as far as we got in the instructions. Take this as you will. This is just my experience with it. This is a 2016 Tundra, 1794 model. So it's not even one of the ones that they say, hey, do not install this lift on. So, once again, thank you for watching the review. I hope this helps somebody out, because it was very frustrating to start this and then have to put it all back together.